Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to pull out the really key insights and knowledge from our sources just for you.
That's right.
And today we're diving into a book that our sources consistently describe as, well, a masterpiece. A story so powerful it's really touched hearts everywhere.
We're talking about The Book Thief by Markus Zusak.
Exactly. Okay, let's unpack this a bit. It's set in, the terrible backdrop of Nazi Germany.
Right.
But it's told with a voice, a narrative voice, that's probably unlike anything you expect.
And our mission here, it isn't just about recapping the plot. Not at all.
No.
We really want to get into the deep insights, the emotional core of this story. Why does it hit so hard?
Yeah, why does it resonate?
And what makes the way it's told, its narrative approach, so different and frankly so lasting?
And here's where it gets really interesting. Just as you said, the approach. Imagine this story being told by death.
Yeah.
Death itself. That's the narrator. And the whole premise, it's so poignant. It centers on this young girl stealing books.
Stealing books, yeah.
To survive, yes, but also maybe to understand a world that's just tragically crumbling around her.
Okay, so that premise, let's start there. It is unconventional.
Definitely. The story is about Liesel Meminger. She's a young German girl sent off to foster parents.
In this small town, mulching.
Right, during World War II. And when she gets there, she's traumatized, can't read.
Utterly alone, really. New place, new people.
Yeah.
But what's compelling, and our sources point this out, is how her whole journey, it really kicks off with that first act of stealing.
The Gravedigger's Handbook.
Exactly. Stolen right from her brother's graveside.
Yeah.
It's this small, kind of desperate act, but it really sets everything in motion. Her discovery of words.
Their magic, their power.
Yes. And she's taken in by Hans Huberman, her foster dad. He's gentle, plays the accordion.
Such a memorable character.
And Rosa, his wife, fiery. Seems tough, but you find out there's deep love there.
Oh, yeah.
But the world outside is brutal. And the decision that changes absolutely everything for them
That big one?
is hiding Max Vandenberg, a Jewish man, in their basement.
Beyond Liesel's own incredible story, what really sticks with you, like you mentioned earlier, is just how audacious the narrator is. Because it's not just anyone telling the story, it's death. How does that change things, having death narrate?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture,
Yeah.
death here, it's not what you typically expect. Not cruel, not malicious.
Scythe and cloak, necessarily.
Right. Instead, the death we get is, well, poetic. Almost tender, surprisingly. And weary.
Weary. That's a good word for it.
Yeah. Its role is really as an observer, watching humans, not really judging, but just wondering, how can they be so beautiful and so brutal, often at the same time?
Wow.
And that perspective, it adds this haunting quality, a kind of philosophical layer that lets you process enormous suffering differently.
That makes perfect sense. That detachment, it really opens up space to explore these huge themes.
Yeah.
Our sources flag a few, but the one that just jumps out is the power of words.
Absolutely central.
Because in Nazi Germany, words were tools, right? Twisted for manipulation, control, destruction.
Propaganda. Hate.
But for Liesel, it's the complete opposite. Words become, they become her resistance, her connection, her identity even.
Such a powerful statement on how meaning can be warped by a regime.
And then reclaimed.
Exactly. Reclaimed by one small person. It shows how words can hurt, yes, but also heal. Destroy, but also save.
And another theme that comes through so strongly is seeing the war through a child's eyes.
Yes, this isn't about the big battles or generals.
Yeah.
It's about ordinary Germans. Some complicit, sure, some resisting quietly, but most just trying to get by.
It humanizes everyone caught up in it, doesn't it? In a way that feels very grounded.
It really does.
Yeah.
And then there's the theme of, loss and grief and love.
So much loss.
It's heartbreaking. Everyone Liesel cares about is either taken from her or they're constantly fighting just to stay alive.
Yet somehow,
warmth and love still find a way to grow. Even in that freezing, dark time, which says something profound about the human spirit, I think.
And underpinning all that emotion, all that depth, is Markus Zusak's writing style, which our sources just rave about.
Oh, it's incredible. Lyrical, poetic, definitely unconventional.
He plays with metaphors, breaks rules.
Gives death this really distinct, almost haunting voice.
There's that line, I am haunted by humans.
Chilling, isn't it?
It really stays with you. So how does this style, which some might call, I don't know, artsy, how does it actually add to the emotional weight? Does it make it harder to get into, or?
That's a great question, because the style isn't just for show. It's like
Yeah.
essential to the whole experience.
Right.
One review said each sentence feels carved out of heartbreak and hope. And while maybe at first it feels a bit different,
But jarring.
perhaps, but once you kind of surrender to it, that poetic language becomes the very thing that delivers the huge emotional impact.
Ah.
It makes you slow down, I think. Makes you feel the beauty and the devastation together. It elevates it beyond just telling a historical story.
And because of that style and the story itself, you end up with these characters who just, they live with you afterwards. You never forget them.
Absolutely. They embody all these themes we're talking about.
There's Liesel, obviously. Brave, so vulnerable, but with this hunger for words.
And Hans Huberman, gentle Hans, with his accordion, teaching her to read. He's like quiet resistance personified.
Totally. And Rudy. Rudy Steiner.
Oh, Rudy, the lemon-haired boy.
Obsessed with Jesse Owens. Such a golden heart. Loyalty, lightness.
Yeah, even when things are so dark. And Max, of course, Max Vandenberg.
Hiding in the basement, writing stories inside the story.
Using words to survive, literally. And then, as we said, death, the narrator, this weary witness.
You get so attached to them all.
You really do. Which is why the losses, when they come, they're just devastating, absolutely shattering.
Yeah.
And what's striking is the global reach this book has had, its enduring message.
It's huge, isn't it? Translated into, what, over 40 languages?
At least major movie adaptation.
Yeah.
Studied in schools everywhere.
And it's loved not just because it looks at WWII.
No, it's the emotional depth, the way it's told, that narrative innovation.
So what's the core message, do you think? The thing that resonates so widely?
I think it's this. This isn't just a book about World War II. It's really a testament, a powerful one, to how even when humanity is at its absolute darkest,
Yeah.
books, stories, words, they keep us alive. They offer comfort, hope, connection.
Reading The Book Thief, it really is like seeing the world through a child's eyes. A child who sees bombs falling.
Terrible things.
Terrible things. But still finds beauty in clouds, in a kiss, in stolen books. It's this powerful reminder that even when everything seems completely broken, people still choose love.
They choose to create.
They choose hope. And that's what makes this book just unforgettable.
Truly.
So if you're looking for something poetic,
Yeah.
painful, definitely, but also profoundly powerful.
All of those things.
A book that will probably make you cry, make you think, and maybe make you feel really grateful for the quiet moments. Then The Book Thief is one to pick up. It's not easy. It's certainly not a neat, happy ending.
Far from it.
But like our sources say so well, it gives you something maybe more important. It gives you truth through the eyes of fiction.
Which leads to a final thought, perhaps, for you listening. In a world that's often noisy, often challenging, what truths can we find in the stories we choose?
Yeah.
And how do those stories help us understand this? This incredible, baffling human capacity for both terrible brutality and breathtaking beauty.
Something to think about. We hope this deep dive encourages you to consider that power, the power of stories, the power of words in your own life. Until next time.